But all of these things, these steps across my career, gave me access to women, and not just women we were servicing, but women we were employing. And that was the turning point for me, to be honest with you. And that's how I created Al Khair, which was a social enterprise on female financial literacy. Why? Because in 2011, I got divorced. I was a young lady, I think well-educated, but I wasn't educated on my personal financial literacy. So I was so lucky that when I left my husband's home, I moved back to my parents' home, and my lifestyle didn't change because I had people that were comfortable to welcome me home. And I hadn't thought about savings. I hadn't thought about my future. I hadn't thought about kids' schooling. What does this mean? And I was very fortunate to have a kind ex-husband who shared these responsibilities with me. But as I saw the women that were working in our store, they did not have the same opportunity. They didn't have the same access. They didn't have the same comfort in the various life situations they had, whether they were getting divorced or not, or staying in a marriage that maybe they didn't want to be in because they were scared of what the other chapter of life might bring, or whether they were women that just didn't feel supported in their family home. And I thought I could spend the next 5 years of my life working in retail, selling things, or I could take a step back and work with those women and say, how can I help you? How can I help you lift yourself up, learn the language of savings, learn the language of employability, learn the language of equity, because it's better for you. You will be a better citizen, a better sister, a better mother, a better daughter, a better wife, better employee, if you feel stable and safe in yourself, in the same way that I had the privilege to feel stable and safe. So we created a curriculum called Alf Darb, and we worked with over 3,000 women across multiple sectors, teaching them self-sufficiency. Who are you? What do you aspire to? Who is in your network and circle that will help you get there? Financially, what is a need? What is an obligation? What's a want? Because things you want, you don't need them, you just want them. How can I help you manage what you want and get there, but not at the expense of what you need? Food, shelter, home, and what you're obliged to do, pay rent, pay bills, pay invoices. And balancing that triangle is a skill set that I feel is critical, not just for women, but also for men. We assume these poor men that we marry, these men that are in the private sector or in government sector have these skills too. They don't. Who taught them? Nobody. So don't blame the husband who doesn't know what financial management is. Nobody told him. Don't blame your brother. He doesn't know. We have a responsibility to learn, to educate, and if we know, we should teach. You need to take care of yourself if you want to take care of others. And part of taking care of yourself is this financial literacy. It is understanding, what do you need to live today? What is your expectation of your life in the future? And who are you responsible for? Who will you be responsible for? And so the things that you are spending on and enjoying, the thrills of today, will you really be thankful for that thing 5, 6 years from now when you look back and you say, I cannot do today what I want because I don't have the means. But had I spent my money better, had I focused and had I saved, had I thought and planned for my future better, what would today look like? What would my children's future look like? What would I be able to help my brother who's asking for help today? Can I support my parents? Can I support myself? Please think today is beautiful and wonderful and all of these sayings of live for today. Do, but think about tomorrow. And you will be more grateful for the savings of tomorrow, if you save them today, than you will be of the splurge of today. Think of yourself in your future. You have prime earning years. So save for yourself, save for your future, save for the people you're responsible for. That's my advice to everybody. Your financial self-sufficiency is critical. No one's going to give you anything. Nobody owes you anything when you're older. You can't pass it as, I was young and didn't know. Well, guess what? You know. And you don't want to look back and say, I wish I did.
It's almost like you're at the mercy of the decisions you took.
Correct.
All these years ago.
That beautiful bag will mean nothing 6 years from now.
Yeah.
But its value in savings and investment will mean everything. That car means nothing.
I love my cars. The quote, do something today that your future self will thank you for,
Yes.
springs to mind.